Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Been a little while since I've done anything with the Cobra. I've been concentrating on that beast over there, and I am still in process of doing the engine swap in the MR2, getting everything tied back together, but wanted to give some updates and let you know what's going on with the Cobra. So as I alluded to in a little post on New Year's Eve, I am changing the induction system. I did go ahead and get the Edelbrock Pro Flow 4 setup. I got the higher horsepower one. So I'm going to be installing that, and we're pulling out all of the old Ford EFI. I also have gotten the rest of the gauges that I needed, so that'll replace the 3 behind the steering wheel, which are still the Mustang donor gauges. Plan is, along with those, I want to recover the dash because there are some tears and some wear and whatnot in this existing dash. So here's a quick little teaser of what comes when you order this. This is actually still in the packaging, but one side of the box is the assembled induction system as far as the intake and throttle body and injectors, and then you've got a box that's got your distributor, your instructions, and your wiring harness and everything to make the install as easy as possible. Does include gaskets as well. So along with this, I do plan on installing a turkey pan and a small air cleaner, kind of like the originals. So the turkey pan will hide the fuel rails for the most part, so it'll give it the nice nostalgic look that I'm going after. I want it to look more period correct than the Ford EFI looks when you pop the hood. And then along with that intake, I did go ahead and find a shop that creates the correct period looking coolant reservoirs like the big blocks had. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this painted, the semi-flat black, get that installed and in place of the existing one that was made by the previous owner. That with the turkey pan and small air cleaner should look much more period correct for the car when you pop the hood, and that is completely what I want. So now that I've given you the idea of what's going to be going in, and that's not all. I'm also planning potentially on doing a rear end, or the rear coilovers. Need to contact Factory 5 about those, as well as ordering the material for the dash. But I kind of got my arm twisted on this a little bit because I found somebody who really wanted to buy this upper intake manifold. So that's kind of pushing me along a little faster than I was planning on doing this swap. So I'm going to be getting involved in tearing down the top end of the motor, so I can at least go ahead and get him the intake manifold that he wants. And then I'll slowly work on getting the rest of it taken apart, while also working on the MR2, trying to get that up and running because I'd like to have that thing fired in the next couple of weeks. That being said, I do have one thing that I have been hemming and hawing over, and it's the gauge layout that's in this car. Currently, it's almost a mix of the non-SC and the SC gauges. A traditional layout for a street car would be the 2 large gauges where they are, and then the 5 in the center. It wouldn't have a clock, it would have the oil pressure gauge in the top row. Previous owner of this car, based on where the heater was, put the oil pressure gauge between the 2 big gauges, which in an SC, you would just have the large tach and the oil pressure and oil temperature gauges behind the steering wheel, and the speedometer would be over in the center of the dash where the 2 small gauges are. I know this is modeled to be after an SC as far as what the kit is labeled as, but I kind of like the layout as it is now, and I'm thinking of leaving it this way, but I'm really hemming and hawing because I want to have that authentic look. So I would love your feedback on that, because in order to change it, I'm pretty much going to have to get a new dash panel. Then it's going to be a lot more work. And I do like having the oil pressure gauge and the speedometer and the tach right in front of my eyes. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on what you think I should do as far as the dash goes. Leave it as is, go with the traditional street look, or get an SC dash or a blank dash and cut it to be an SC dash. All right, so now that I've gone over kind of where things are at and future plans, it is time to go ahead and start tearing into this and getting the top end of this engine pulled apart so I can go ahead and get some of these parts sold. All right, and there we go. Upper intake is off for the new owner who's coming to pick it up tomorrow morning. So that is done at this point in time. I think I'm going to get back to the MR2 just because I really am not in a big rush to get anything else pulled off of this. But I will slowly be pulling off all the Ford EFI parts and getting them up for sale online. All right, and then before I wrap this video up, I just wanted to go over the other little box of goodies that I have that I didn't mention previously. So, in addition to, putting the Edelbrock intake on, I'm going to do the turkey pan. I'm planning on doing mechanical linkage, so I need to get that ordered. And then the small air cleaner that'll fit with inside the turkey pan. So that's going to be some nice dress-up stuff under the hood. Because I already have the new reservoir that I have to get painted. I probably am going to have to space it out to clear the distributor that Edelbrock provides. So I'll probably have to, look into doing something along those lines. And then on the interior, as I said, I've got the 3 gauges to install. I also have, as you can see here, the dash brace that I'm going to be putting in. I have the AC pedals. So I'm going to be, integrating those into the existing brake pedal or the existing brake and clutch pedal. With those pedals, I am thinking about trying to adjust the pivot on the brake pedal as well, just to get a little more pressure with the manual brakes, or getting the maximum motorsports adjustable brake pedal. So we'll see what happens there. I also have new hardware for the wind wings because mine is rusted. And then buried in this box, which I didn't dig out, I do have like the really nice side louvers because the basic ones that came with the car, a bunch of them were broken off. So I now have the nice set that I'm going to install as well once everything else is set and done, because I know I'm going to need to be getting into tight spaces, so I didn't want to put them in at this point in time. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to need to get a nice accelerator pedal to match these AC pedal covers and go with the mechanical linkage. So I'm going to be looking into ordering some more of those parts. I really had wanted to put a glove box in here when I had the dash out, but the heater is so close behind, I just don't think it's going to work. I am considering getting like one of the doors and stuff and mounting the door to the dash just to have the look of it, but it won't be functional because but I don't know. We'll see if I want to go that route or not. It's just kind of up in the air at this point in time, just thinking of things I can do, trying to make it look as functional as possible. So that is where I'm going to end this one at this point in time. Just like I said, wanted to give a quick update on the Cobra because it has been a while since I've done anything on this one. I've been concentrating on the MR2 for a while. As I said, please, give me some feedback. What you think I should do with the dash? Should I leave the layout as it is? Which I do think this is pretty functional. It's just not authentic. It's, a hybrid of, the 2 gauge layouts for the most part. So I'd like to hear what you think on that, if I should keep it as is or if I should get a new dash and go with the true SC route, or go back to the traditional gauge layout for a non-SC, which, that would probably be the one I really wouldn't choose to do. It would be either leave it as is or get a new dash and cut it for the SC gauge layout. So anyway, let me know what you think. Please like, please subscribe, please hit the notification bell if you want to follow along on this vehicle. And then, please send me any comments or questions you have. I'll gladly answer them. Thank you for watching and have a great day.